Hey Matt, happy Thursday. So you'll have to excuse the shakiness of the camera possibly because I'm using my phone and it's late and it's one of those videos. So I was looking around my room trying to think of something to make a video on because I haven't really thought about it, to be honest. But then I came across this thing. Rather large book, as you can see. It's got 3 stories, 2 short stories as well, and there are 3 of them in the series, making sort of like 9 stories and then several short stories as well. They're all based on one character within the huge Warhammer's 40k universe. But my point I'm going to make here is, why do I go back to this novel series twice a year and reread it? You know exactly what's going to happen in the story. You know who's going to die at what point and what's going to happen, what wars are going to kick off. This is just an example of Warhammer, by the way, not every other novel ever, because the Fault in Our Stars didn't have a lot of space battles in. That is just a question, isn't it? Why do I keep going back to it? It's not classed as nostalgia, I don't think, because nostalgia is like why I go and play Final Fantasy every so often, because it's games I've played because I've grown up with and I've really enjoyed. These I've only come to read in the last sort of 6-7 years, just the whole series. The first Warhammer series I came across, actually another one called Gaunt's Ghost, which a friend at my old job introduced me to, and I thank him because it's led me to reading over 150 different books. I suppose my question for you is, why do we do this? Go back to things we're so used to and we're so knowledgeable about when there are so many other things we could consider. Is it nostalgia? Am I just thinking about this all wrong? But I don't think it is nostalgia. I just think it's something that brings you pleasure, so you do it. There probably isn't a lot more to it than that. Maybe there is. And of course, it doesn't just apply to books. It can apply to anything, any activity, whatever we do, wherever we go. Why do you keep going back to places if you know them so well, you know? It's a short one, but I'd like to get your opinion on it. Despite reading this book so many times, I still laugh at the character when he's overly sarcastic to his enemies and tries to run away, despite looking heroic doing it. It's a strange concept. If I was a character in a war, this would be the sort of guy I would be. Cowardly and self-serving, yet somehow looks a bit heroic. I should point out, you probably would need to read the book to properly understand that, and that's not a great endorsement of myself, is it, by calling me cowardly and self-serving, yet somehow seemingly heroic? No, I'm talking more about if I was a fictional character in a war series in space. It's just incredibly well written, and I love the characterization, and I think that's what keeps me going back to this thing in particular. But maybe you'll have thoughts in a more general topic. I'll see you Monday.